To the first round of the Women's Supa-Liga between the West Coast Cobras and the Andinas. For the Cobras, it's number 30, Kim McCartney, back from injury. Number 40, Eleanor Bates. Number 45, Sarah Ranieri. Number 7, Marco Khan. Number 1, in between the sticks, Annie Leyland. Number 38, Crystal Jade Brooke. And number 4, Shelby Cochran. And for the Andinas, it's in between the sticks, Zara Board, Sarah Wright, the number 55, Phoenix Brownlee, the number 52, Tanette Van Nykirk, the number 49, and Hella Harding, the number 62, as McCartney on the ball now. Bates. And her shot blazed over the bar. Van Nykirk. Into the middle. Board. Bates. And again her shot flashes wide. A couple of early opportunities for the Cobras. Board. Harding. And Brownlee loses out. McCartney. Bates. Throw to McCartney again. And another opportunity for McCartney. Can't. Back to McCartney. And it's gone in for the early goal. Kim McCartney returning to her scoring ways immediately. Marco Khan picking up an early assist. And the West Coast Cobras out to a 1-goal lead inside the first 2 minutes. Brownlee looks to get beyond Khan, but loses out. Ranieri, and again Ranieri, 2-0. Sarah Ranieri continuing on her good run of form after coming back from Brisbane with another goal. That time finishing on the second attempt. Brownlee can't keep that one in. Ranieri gives it across the court to Bates. McCartney. Ranieri. Looking for the run of Bates, but loses out in the end. McCartney, Ranieri, a good 1-2 with McCartney. Bates tries to force her way through, but Brownlee's done well. And a good ball to board from Harding. Brownlee. Ranieri. Can't. Down the line. McCartney. Can't. Looking for Bates at the back post. And she's won it back. Marco can't. McCartney. Can't again. Ranieri. McCartney. A ball through to Can't, who's all alone, but didn't get her footing right. Couldn't get it under control. As Wright down the line, looking for Board, who gets through, and it's an opportunity if they can work it, but Ranieri puts it out. Wright shoots into Ranieri, and Brownlee with the half chance. Couldn't test Leyland. As Cochran making her first appearance for the season. It's good to see her back after copping a nasty concussion in Brisbane. So, yeah, good to see her back and playing again. But Board didn't miss by much. Had Leyland worried there for a second. And Brownlee heads it away. Cochrane. Bates. Good ball to Cochrane. McCartney was looking for it. Cochrane again, but a loose touch. McCartney. Lays off Ranieri, and it's a good effort. And behind for a corner. Bates, the naturally aspirated left-footer, taking the corner. Ranieri, we know she can shoot them. Can Cochrane. And they go for the set play, but it doesn't come off. It might still pay dividends in the end. McCartney firing into the side netting. Van Nykerk. Harding. Ranieri wins it. And she had Bates in support. Really should have used her. Van Nykerk, board. I believe we'll see going goals in the second half. Zara Board, not a bad outfield player, but an even better keeper. And one keeper to another, Annie Leyland making the save. And the West Coast Cobras have the overload going forward. Cochrane, it's a good ball. McCartney. And didn't really get any power on her shot there, Kim McCartney. Should have done better. But will she get another bite of the cherry? She will. McCartney again is falling kindly to Ranieri. And the West Coast Cobras, a couple of big chances going begging as Greg Farrell calls a timeout for the Andinas. And it's been all Cobras in terms of the possession. 56 to 43, 42 passes completed to 28. And I figure if we had the shot stats up this early, it would reflect much the same. Scoreline 2-0, 5 minutes into the first half, or almost 6 minutes into this first half. Andinas, a much new look side, going through a rebuilding phase without a couple of their big names, Alina de Bonaventura and Ingrid Gomez-Basayo, but at the same time they've brought in a couple of good players, notably Australian under 17s keeper, I believe, Zara Board. So it's going to be good to see how she goes in net in the second half, presumably. West Coast Cobras continuing on their good form from Brisbane, where they were unlucky to get knocked out in the semi-finals. Probably the second best side at the competition, in all honesty, to the also WA-based Western Devils. They find themselves 2 goals up early on in this match. Kim McCartney returning from injury and back on the score sheet, and Sarah Ranieri scoring the second one as the timeout comes to a conclusion. And game almost about to get back underway. Brooke on now for the West Coast Cobras, Supa-Liga B Golden Boot and MVP winner. And she's made a habit of really tearing it up in the lower tiers, and it's good to see her get an opportunity in the top flight. Definitely a dangerous player. Always good for a couple of goals. Bates. No real options. And that ball's run through to Brooke, who's kept it in. And very nearly there, Bates. Almost an accidental set play from the Cobras with Cochrane missing the ball, but turning into the perfect dummy. There's that ball from Board there. Looking for right. Brooke, a good ball, and a great one too. McCartney! And that shot flashing wide of the post. Van Nykerk. Looking for Board, but it's been given away. McCartney, Cochrane. Bates, unable to latch onto that one. Board, the ball over the top. Leyland comes out. Bates, Brooke. Great from Brooke. and cuts inside again. Gets the foot in to cause the interception. And a great ball through from Bates. Bates shoots that one over the bar. Van Nykirk. And ball through, looking for Harding, but couldn't quite keep it in. Looks like it'll be, or looks like it's Marco Kant getting ready to come back on for the West Coast Cobras. Side ball pointing the other way, going the way of the Andinas. Harding. Ball. I'm not sure what's going on here. Looks like the ball wasn't on the line. And McCartney will restart it. Brooke. Oh, great ball from Brooke, but gets cut out at the final stage by Brownlee. Brooks back on the attack. Cochrane. Back post. Brooke. It's gone in. And we talked about how she bags goals for fun, and she's looked lively since she's come on. Perhaps a statement to Annie Leyland is to where her spot in the first team should be cemented, maybe. Brownlee looks to get beyond Kant, but Kant's won it back. No foul given. McCartney. Brooke. McCartney. Cochrane. McCartney again. Brooke. Oh, it's a good ball for McCartney, who's brought it down expertly. And what a goal that is from Kim McCartney. Brought it down with the heel and finished right into the far corner. Lead extended, 4-0 now. This could get ugly quickly. Board. Brooke. She's been all over the show since coming on. Scoring goals, assisting him, and she's going to score one again. An early application for man of the match from Crystal Jade Brooke. 2 goals and 1 assist in about 3 minutes. Score out to 5-0. The Cobras look to be running away with this one. And Brooke, she's got Kant all alone, but she stumbles over, slowing down the play. And gives it to McCartney. Cochrane. Down the line for Kant. But it's cut out by Board. The Cobras will get it back from the side. McCartney. Cochrane. Kant. Brownlee. Brownlee looks to get beyond Cochrane, but that shot from range falling into the arms of Leyland. Brooke, a rather heavy touch and almost punished for that one. Gives it away, but the Andinas give it away once again as Ranieri is looking to get back on. McCartney looking for Cochrane. A good ball into the runner, Brooke, who looks to cut inside, but she's marshaled well by Brownlee. Brooke can't. Shot from range, but high and wide as Cochrane comes off. Ranieri back on. And McCartney. Ranieri looking for the runner, Brooke, but it's cut out by Harding. Brownlee, can she get the shot off? And ball to the back post, ball coming in late. As McCartney has a sub. Eleanor Bates back on now. Brooke. Can't. Ranieri cuts inside. Bates can't. And that's a great goal from the West Coast Cobras. One touch futsal all the way. Finished off by Marco Kant. And the youngster who is the youngest player in the Women's Supa-Liga team this season proves as to why she was there with a elegant finish off the post and in. And scoreline out to 6-0 now. Could it be 7? Ranieri drags her shot wide. And Van Nykirk gives it to Brownlee. He's got no real options. Getting pressed by Ranieri. Brownlee. Harding. Right. Plays it into Crystal Brook and off for a side ball. Right. Ranieri. Bates. She shoots. And it's a good save from Van Nykirk. Kant stepped in front of her marker. Brook. Good ball. And Ranieri looking for the back post runner Marco Kant, but ball too heavy. Van Nykirk. Board. And Brook does well. She does really well winning the side ball for the Cobras. Restarts with Eleanor Bates, who has Ranieri into the feeder Kant, but right defense well. It's a 3-on-1 for the Andinas. Board. Her pass too heavy. As McCartney comes back on. Crystal Brook checking out for a rest. Bates. McCartney. Ranieri over the top. And it's fallen nicely to Bates, who fails to convert. As Board. Right. Bates. Leyland. Can't. Bates. McCartney. Can't. Bates. Looking for an area. And that ball from Carissa Wright, a loose one. As Can't. Bates. Ranieri. Can't. McCartney. Bates wins it back. A 2-on-1 now. Wright did well. And now Harding. Good save from Leyland. Board. Cleared off the line by McCartney. Bates wins it back. And Cobras have got to get a bit more height to their attack. Can't. McCartney. And the 1-2 almost coming off with Bates, but a ball over hit. Right. One back by Kant. It's a real opportunity now, but into the arms of Van Nykirk. Brownlee. Loose touch with the chest is McCartney on the ball again. A good ball through for Kant. He gets it under control, but forced back to McCartney. McCartney driving forward. She can hit them from distance, we know that. As Kant's ball over the top, put behind for a corner. Bates. And that set piece executed rather poorly. Board. Bates. Ranieri. Ranieri cuts inside. Bates. Can't. McCartney. And there's another one. 7-0. Kim McCartney picking up her third goal of the match. And an early hat-trick for her on her return. So she'll be happy with that one. Bates. Right. Looking forward, but it's cut out by Cochrane. Bates again now. Ranieri. Ranieri, she can hit them, but up for the back row to McCartney instead. Cochrane. Bates. Looking for the layoff to Ranieri, but they're not quite on the same wavelength. And McCartney defends well. Bates looking for that return ball to McCartney, but perhaps a little overhit. Right. McCartney. And that's another goal from Kim McCartney with the toe pike. 4 goals for the half, and that's 8 for the West Coast Cobras. And 1:14 left. Score stands at 8-0. Board. Will her playing goalkeeper in the second half change something for the Andinos? She is a very good keeper at the outdoor game and may be able to stop the Cobras scoring as easily as they are, as Brownlee, her shot blazed over the bar, but a good opportunity nonetheless. And that's what they've got to start doing, the Andinas. Start working Annie Leyland. She hasn't had too much to do. Get those shots off and you will score. That one's given away. McCartney. A good save from Van Nykirk. And a chance for the Andinas on the counter-attack. It's a 3-on-1. Cobras are back in numbers now. Brownlee. And that one didn't miss by much. Leyland long to McCartney, who brings it down well. And it's a 2-on-1. McCartney's got no real pressure, but Van Nykirk positioned herself well to make the save. Bates. 8 seconds left. Time for one last goal, maybe. McCartney. Another good save from Nykirk, and you think that's going to round off the half? It will. Half-time, 8-0 to the West Coast Cobras. 4 goals to Kim McCartney, a double to Crystal Jade Brooke and Marco Khan and Sarah Ranieri scoring a goal apiece. We'll be back in just a moment, but in the meantime, the half-time stats on the screen for you. And just going through the halftime statistics, the West Coast Cobras with 58% possession, 27 shots and 16 on target. The Andinas with 41% possession, 5 shots and only the 1 on target, hence why the scoreline at 8-0 is so great so soon. Cobras ahead in just about every statistic, despite the passing strings on average. Andinas complete 7 passes in a row to the West Coast Cobras 5, and the longest amount of passes the teams have kept together is Andinas with 13 passes in a row. The Cobras have only kept the 7, but you think it's going to be much of the same in the second half with the West Coast Cobras carrying all the momentum at the moment. However, as I mentioned earlier, there's going to be a keeper change. Van Nykerk stepping onto the court and board in between the sticks, so going to be interesting to see how much she's able to prevent. As it looks like the Cobras are going to start the half off playing some 5th man. We'll see how this goes. McCartney, Bates, McCartney, she shoots, and that one wide as Zara boards go. Leyland, she's got to get back on her line. Board taking her time, not realising the potential opportunity to score is right now. Brownlee, Harding, McCartney, and Leyland coming off her line, but Brooks unable to keep that one in. Cochran pressing up top, and she's run it back. Brooke, Cochran back to Brooke, but it's fallen to Bates, and she is fired wide. A big opportunity there for the number 40. West Coast Cobras, for the first time in the Women's Superliga, wearing the Joma strips. Looking very good, matching the men's side. It's Bates, Cochran back to Bates, and Bates again over. Cochran, you'd think, would have tried to have directed that one on target, which I think she did, but it almost ended up being a perfect pass back to Eleanor Bates. As the West Coast Cobras high press, but Van Nykerk, Brooke, and the Cobras looking to play 5th man. McCartney, Leyland, Bates, McCartney, Cochran, almost given away, and Van Nykerk, that one trickled past the post. The Cobras clean sheet almost ruined. And it's good practice for the West Coast Cobras to try play some 5th man. A tactic that they employ very often, but not very effectively. And Leyland, but it's a double save from board, proving as to where she is the country's number 1 in her age group. And Leyland on the corner, Cochran, but it's given away. And Wright gives it back away. And Bates with plenty of space in the middle. But she shanks her shot wide. Board on the ball now. It gives it to Harding. Right. Cochran, Bates, McCartney. The Andinas stepping up. Brooke, Cochrane slows the game down. The Cobras can play into their 5th man. Maybe that one's a bit rushed as Zara board. She should have gone for a shot. I don't think she realised she can't throw it in the goal, but all the more for learning, as it looks like Ranieri is going to come back on. And McCartney. Bates. Leyland. In the middle, Van Nykirk, Brownlee, Harding. Brownlee into Cochrane, and Brooks won it back. Brooke on the follow-up, Cochrane. But again, Board makes the save, and I said it in the first half. She's going to be hard to beat, and she's proving to be just that. You wonder what the score would have been if they'd have started her and played her the full match in between the sticks. Yet to concede 5 minutes in and made numerous saves already, as Ranieri is looking to play the fly keeper for the West Coast Cobras. A good on-court player, but also a solid keeper. Ranieri, the Cobras are going to have to be careful. Bates, a good ball to Ranieri, who's got space. Oh, and that's a big miss from Cochrane. A great ball from Ranieri to the back post, and maybe Board did enough by being there to put her off. I'm not sure, but she's not going to like watching that one back on the instant replay. The Cobras are struggling to score this second half. 8 first half goals, but a 0-0 second half so far. It's right, but it's one back by Brooke. Cochrane. Board. She's got to be quick to release it. 4 seconds. Harding. Cut out by McCartney. He gets beyond right. McCartney, Cochrane at the back post. And the Cobras are going to need to do a bit of shooting practice at training. Not going to really matter in a game like today, but if it was a game where they had to take their chances, it wouldn't be looking good for them. McCartney, can she finish? And finally, Kim McCartney puts away the first one for the Cobras for the second half, and the 5th one for her own tally for the match. Laura Waltman isn't going to be happy when she finds out a player's already scored 5 goals before she's even stepped on court for the season, so maybe finally we'll have someone to rival the Western Devils taliswoman in goals for this season. McCartney, could she get another? Brooke, can't. Her ball loose, can't find can't. At the back post, and Harding's away with it. Ranieri's in net, so if any time's a good time to shoot, it's now. Brownlee, and deflected behind for a corner. Brownlee, right, played into McCartney, and the Andinas are going to get the ball back. And that one wasn't quite on the line there. McCartney, Bates, back to McCartney. Bates again, ball to the back post, and Kant fires into the side netting, but that's looking better, creating opportunities with the overload. Kant looking to press Brownlee, but Brownlee gets through, and I think she was clipped on the way through by either Brooke or Kant. She picks up the free kick, and She looks all right. Straight back on the ball immediately. Harding does well. Bates spins around. McCartney into the feet of Kant. Pass maybe hit rather aggressively. Can't control it. Is McCartney. She's got Kant in space. First time ball out to Brooke, who's away on the attack. Kant, Brooke, and Brooke can't keep it in. But a good bit of link-up play between the Cobras 7 and the 38 as Van Nykirk gets beyond Kant and McCartney. Van Nykirk. Ball through, but nothing doing. Leyland, she gives it to Brooke. Bates. She's got space. Her ball to the back post looking for McCartney, but she can't get it under control. Is bored. Right.
Time.
Brooke. McCartney. Brooke looking for the return ball. Van Nykirk. Her pass gets away from her. And Cobras once again stay at it with the fifth man. Brooke. Bates. Ball through and it's a good one. The ball comes out and gets the toe in just as Leyland was going to make that vital touch. And Kant's all alone at the back post, but Leyland didn't see her. Leyland, McCartney, Eleanor Bates, Kant in the middle, McCartney. Ball to the back post, but it's been given away. And the toe poke almost went in. It was a good shot from Harding. Just couldn't keep it on target. As the West Coast Cobras are going to continue with the fifth man. McCartney. Ranieri. Down the line. Brooke. Ranieri! And a great save from Board. She is almost refusing to be beaten, Zara Board. Can McCartney change that? Bates. Ball to the back post. And Ranieri puts it wide. Board, if she was quicker, she could have created an opportunity. But nevertheless, Van Nykirk. McCartney, one-on-one now. And again, Board does very well. Brooke, no foul given. McCartney wins it back. Can't. Brooke wants it, and she turns well. And the foul scored on that occasion. She was clipped on the way through Crystal Jade Brooke. And it's a real opportunity to work the set piece for the Cobras. And they're going to have a shot on goal there, Crystal Jade Brooke. McCartney and Board with another save. I think the corner's on the other side. Kant hasn't realised it. Ranieri. McCartney. And her shot not where it needed to be as Board. Van Nykirk under pressure from Bates, but does well to hold the ball up. Brownlee. Harding down the line, blocked by Brooke. Right. Can't wins it back. McCartney and Ranieri's off her line as Cochrane back on now. Brooke looking for Ranieri, but Van Nykerk gets the vital intervention. Cochrane. And trying to make something happen from the set piece, but not to be on this occasion. Cochrane into Brownlee. And it's a good ball. McCartney, Cochrane. And that one tipped over the bar by a board. It was a good effort. Cart standing over this one. And Cochrane, ball still alive. And obstruction on Zara board there. The free kick going the way of the Andinas, and she's holding her ear. Hopefully she wasn't kicked. There's Leyland back on now. Board headed clear by Kant. Cochrane, a good ball into Brooke. Good ball gets down low. And it's through the legs there from Harding. But Brooke wins it back. McCartney, a real opportunity for number 6. Board saves. And Cochrane on the follow-up. They've done well this second half. Only 1 goal conceded. Board absolutely refusing to be beaten. McCartney, Brooke. Leyland, she's got space. Cochrane. And no one's there. It's an open goal for the Andinas if they can work it, but shots off target. And McCartney is happy to see that one out. Leyland will have to restart. Brooke brings it up to halfway under relatively no pressure, or relatively little pressure, and she's still going. Gives it to McCartney. Back to Brooke. He gives it back to McCartney. Leyland, she can shoot. And that one looks goal bound, but blocked behind for a corner. And Can't. It's a good effort. McCartney almost getting a flick on there. And Board, is it going to go in? It is! Zara Board with the accurate kick, 9-1. Not going to mean much in the whole scheme of things, but she's happy to get herself on the score sheet. Made a couple of good saves and got a goal to her name now, Zara Board. She's played extremely well. To look at the positives, it is a 1-1 this half, so definitely can't complain when you look at it from that aspect. Bates cuts inside, shot blocked away. And it's a good tackle from Bates, a hard tackle, but a fair one. It's McCartney looking to square it to Leyland. As a late whistle goes, I'm not sure what's happened here. Side ball for the West Coast Cobras. And ball given away here. Brownlee, can she finish? She does. 9-2, the Cobras giving it away a little bit too easily. As Crystal Brook heads to the sub bench. McCartney, Ranieri, Leyland, loose touch. This time cleaned up by McCartney. Bates, ball to the back post, Cochrane. Can't direct a volley goalward. Harding. Pulls it back. Right. Blocked by Cochrane. Board. And a loose pass there from Zara Board, forcing the turnover. The Cobras opting to go fifth man once again. Leyland. Shot from Board. Or shot from Leyland. And now a shot from Board. This time cleared by Ranieri. She does well. Bates. A loose pass from Bates. And with a minute to go, the momentum falls the way the Andinas, but it's all a little too late, or too little too late for them rather, and looks like they will fall by a big margin, but the last 10 or so minutes have been very positive. A good second half, and Zara Board going in between the sticks really summed it up. She's made numerous saves and also found herself on the score sheet after an error from the West Coast Cobras fifth man. That's right. Her ball trickles through to Leyland, who brings it up. McCartney. Cochrane brings it back. McCartney. Ranieri. She's got a lot of space here, Ranieri. Ball to the back post. Cochrane. And Eleanor Bates couldn't follow in time. And with 23 seconds left, looks like it's going to be all she wrote. 9-2. Kim McCartney being the standout, scoring 5 goals. Crystal J. Brooks scoring a double, and Ranieri and McCart rounding off the scoring. For the Andinas, Zara Board and Phoenix Brownlee, the 2 goal scorers. Unless something happens now, that's how it's going to stand. McCartney, can she find her 6? Bates looking for Leyland at the back post, but passing behind the run of the keeper. The Cobra is opting for a high press. A little bit risky, but will we see it pay off? Board. She is looking for the kick. Leyland does enough to put her off. And McCartney shoots from range. Palmed away by Board. And the full-time whistle goes. 9 goes to 2. The West Coast Cobras are victorious. And we'll put the full-time stats on the screen now. The West Coast Cobras ahead in terms of possession, shots on target, and in fact almost every attribute. 51 shots on target, or 51 total shots, 30 on target, 9 goals, opposed to the 11 total shots, 4 on target and 2 goals for the Andinas. 57% possession to 43, and total passes completed. West Coast Cobras having 60 odd more, having a passing percentage 11% better as well. And we'll be back in just a moment for the game between the Northern Hawks and the Perth Pumas.